Hello, thank you for joining me. If you are new here, my name is Eleanor and this is a channel where I'm just showing my journey towards my second marathon, Melbourne Marathon, October 12th, which is, as of today, 85 days away. So I'm just about to finish my 6th week of an 18-week training program. Today is Saturday, so I've just got one more run tomorrow, which should bring my total for the week to about 77 kilometers. I started my week actually in Canberra. So Monday, my 10k easy run was there. Then I came back home. I had a personal trainer session Tuesday. I skipped my usual gym day on Monday because I wasn't here. So I just ended up doing like my back and core routine on Tuesday instead of Monday. And then Thursdays have my upper body routine. I realized today from going through like my running subreddits that I think I've been doing my long runs in a kind of incorrect pace range. For some reason, I was under the impression that I should be doing them in my easy recovery range, which is about, initially I set it at 6:10 to 6:50 or 7 minutes a kilometer, but I'm thinking, and I've kind of ended up just naturally doing no faster than 6:30 a kilometer. And yeah, I thought that the long run was meant to be in that range. And I read Hanson's marathon method cover to cover. I read the whole thing. I don't know how I got it wrong. I guess there's just so much information and there's so many different tables that this kind of slipped me. So I think, well, I don't think, I'm almost certain now that my long runs are meant to be more in a range of 5:45 to 5:55 a kilometer. For reference, my goal pace for the marathon is 5:20 to 5:25 a kilometer. So that's what I'm doing my tempo runs at. My speed sessions I'm doing at 4:30 a kilometer. Hanson's marathon method has like the first 9 or so weeks, you have speed training, which are shorter intervals at a faster pace. And then, sorry about that. So you have, your speed training sessions, which shorter intervals at a faster pace. Those intervals will go from 400 meters to 600, 800, 1 kilometer, 1200, and then 1600. And then at week 10 or 11, you move into strength training interval work, which is kind of, if you do strength training at the gym, this is just different. Strength training is just, in the context of this running plan, it's just interval training, but the intervals are longer and slower. So your intervals will be like 2 or 3 or 5 kilometers with 600 to 800 meters recovery in between. And they're not quite as fast. So my strength pace will be about 5:10 a kilometer. So those are the paces I do for tempo, speed, and strength. And my easy recovery pace is 6:30 plus. Based off what I've now gone back and looked through in the book, my long runs should actually be at a pace of closer to 5:45 to 5:55 instead of 6:30 plus. But it's okay because I went on Luke Humphrey's website, who's one of the authors of that Hanson Marathon Method book, and he basically talks about how in that long run you won't do the entire run at that long run pace. So in your first 4 weeks of the training program, your long runs might just still hang around your easy recovery pace, and that's fine. And then as you get later on into your plan, your long runs will start to be like half at that easy recovery pace, and then maybe a quarter in your long run race pace range, and then the last quarter back into that easy range. And his website kind of breaks it down more. Anyways, that was very long-winded. If you would like to be featured in my favorite comment of the week, comment something down below. You can ask me a question if you want, or you can just say anything and I'll pick out my favorite one and read it out next video. I haven't uploaded week 5 yet, so I cannot read a favorite comment yet. I'm just editing and my week 5 video has now gone up, so I wanted to share my favorite comment from that week's video. I got this comment from Running with Jorge. Keep it up, enjoy watching your videos, your marathon journey has been great. Thank you so much. Thank you for following along and for commenting. I'm glad you're enjoying watching these videos. And if you are still running, I hope your running journey is also going well. I am not going to have a favorite comment of the week in next week's video because I'm going to try and finish editing it before this video goes up so that I can just get ahead of everything before I go back to uni the following week. So if you comment on this video, I will choose a favorite comment and read it out in my week 8 video, and then from then on I'll be reading 2 weeks ahead. So if you have any questions or if you just want to comment something, then maybe I will read it out in 2 weeks time. Thank you again for joining me, and this is my week. Good morning. It is the start of my 6th week of training now. I am in Canberra still. This will be my last Canberra run, and then I'm heading back home about midday today. So I think I've got 10 or 11 Ks planned. So I'm just gonna head down to the lake and then say goodbye to my friend. And it's 4 degrees now, which is not too bad for Canberra. K's done. My legs hurt so much from yesterday. But tomorrow I have a rest day. Bye, Canberra Lake. Oh, goodbye. Potato fritters for breakfast. Yummy. Then at midday, I said goodbye to my friend and got the train back to Sydney. And I also packed some gyoza with me from our dinner the night before. I'm just making pasta again. So I put garlic and chili in here. Cook that for a bit and then add cherry tomatoes. And then I'm just gonna add some white wine and then rocket and spinach. I've made this like 3 times in the past week and a half. But it's so tasty and easy to make. And I should probably add some more veggies. But sometimes when I do, it just, I don't know, it changes the flavor or the texture and consistency of everything too much. Quarter cup of white wine. Okay. Spinach and rocket. Oh my gosh, it's bubbling. Ah. Do you like the spinach? Is that tasty? Oh, what are you doing with it? Where are you going? Where are you going? I'm just going to turn it off until my pasta is done in 3 minutes. Oh, done! Yay! Hey, did you roll in poop? Did you roll in poop while I have to leave early today? Did you? I know you did. Tuesday morning, I had a personal trainer session starting with squats on 45 kilos. I did 4 sets of 6 reps, and this is the highest weight I think I've ever done. I'm usually on 40. Then I did hip thrusts with 60 kilos, 3 sets of 8 reps. Then we did single leg extensions on 12.5 kilos, 2 sets of 12 reps on each leg. So I used both legs to lift the bar up and then drop one leg and then just use that single leg to rep it out. And then finally we did assisted pull-ups with a purple band. I did 9 and then 7 and then 8 as I faded away. Then later that day on my break at work, I was back in the gym, and since I missed Monday's session, I did my back and core session on this day, starting with single leg RDLs using 12 kilos. I did 3 sets of 10 on each side, and I think my form is starting to get better. And then I just went straight into my usual core routine, starting with a plank for 90 seconds and then side planks, 45 seconds on each side. Next, a hollow body hold for 45 seconds, so I start to wobble towards the end, and then Russian twist using a 2 kilo medicine ball. I did 40 reps, and then leg drops, 10 drops for each leg. Then I did 35 just regular crunches, and then 30 bicycle crunches. Next, next 20 mountain climbers, which I do quite slow and controlled, so you're probably engaging your core. And then side bends using an 8 kilo kettlebell. I did 12 on each side. Then finally, I just went on the hyperextension Roman chair and did 12 of these without any weight. I wish I didn't have to work ever, so we could hang out. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Huge bowl of pasta for dinner. And I had this for lunch, but I forgot to film. And for breakfast, I just had avocado, tomato, feta sandwich after my personal trainer session. There are tomatoes and greens in here, but it mostly just looks like pasta. Hello. I've just put sunscreen on, so I'm a bit shiny. But today is Wednesday, so I have a tempo run today. I am doing 11 Ks at goal marathon pace and 3K warm up, 2K cool down. So 16 Ks today in total. This should take me like 90 minutes, and then I don't have work or uni today, so I can just chill the rest of the day. I'm also gonna take this, oops. Okay. I'm gonna take this gel. I probably wouldn't have the caffeine one, but this is all that I could find in my dad's running stuff. It's probably not like super necessary to have one of these on a 16K run, but since I am marathon training, something I learned with my last one is to practice having these in your training runs, because they kind of take some getting used to. The first time I ever used any of these running supplements, I just really upset my stomach, and I had to scull water and then ended up with a stitch. And you definitely don't want that to happen on race day. And the general kind of principle as well is nothing new on race day. So including the way that you're fueling, you should always be practicing that in your training runs. I did use them a lot on my like 25 to 30K runs for my first marathon. But even then, on marathon day, my stomach was still a bit like, ugh, I can't handle this. My plan was one every 20 minutes, but it took me like 5 minutes to finish one because of just feeling a bit like, ugh, I can't just like down this in one go. So I ended up having probably one every half hour. These ones are really good, but there's lots that you can buy. Some of them are like chewy lollies, which might be better if you can't really stomach the gooey feeling. Stop! You can't have it. Tempo run done. I made a mistake by running on the beach today. I thought that the sand would be pretty firm down by the water, which it normally is. But today, just the whole stretch of the beach, it was all just so squishy. So I was trying to do my tempo run, and I was hitting my pace goal range, but I was working a lot harder for 5:20 than I would be on the sidewalk or on the road. Kind of ruined my run for a little bit because then I was really exhausted after I got off the beach. But I did it. Breakfast time. Oh my god, excuse me. I'm just making avocado, feta, tomato on toast. I've got 3 slices in the toaster. I'm thinking today of maybe baking. I was gonna do like a kind of bake sale for my colleagues. I'm not selling them, but I'll just bring them to work tomorrow and ask people if they could consider donating to RSPCA, since I'm raising money for City to Serve this year. Not mandatory payment or whatever. So I might do that today, bring them into work tomorrow. I also have to go to my friend's place tonight. I have to watch the Summer Turned Pretty. Episodes 1 and 2 of season 3 come out. That's very important. I'm thinking I will do just some plain vanilla cupcakes. Maybe that's all for tomorrow. We'll see. Breakfast, yay! I've already had my smoothie as well. What a nice life you live, Millie. I'm about to bake, but first I'm having lunch. And by lunch, I basically mean a second breakfast because I only have enough pasta for dinner tonight and lunch tomorrow. I don't have time to meal prep and to bake. But good thing this is delicious. So I am baking now for my work colleagues. I am making plain vanilla cupcakes, and then I'll do half of them with blueberries, and I'm also making apple cinnamon muffins. So hopefully across that, everyone will have something that they kind of like. All right, so we have 9 blueberry muffins and then 9 plain vanilla ones. I thought it was supposed to be made 24, but maybe I filled them a bit too high. But they will just be big cupcakes, I guess, when they raise. Now I'm onto my apple muffins. Someone is staring so intensely at me because she loves apple. My apple cinnamon muffin batter. These are my apple and cinnamon muffins. I remembered like after 8 minutes of them already being in the oven that you meant to sprinkle with sugar to make the top extra crispy. So I took them out and added some. They were already kind of cooked. The top was already kind of cooked. So now the sugar is just kind of sitting on top of some of them. So I might just have to scrape that off. The ones with blueberries on top have blueberries in them. And the rest are just plain vanilla. I've actually got, I think, like 8 of each now because I have to leave my mum one, of course. Do you want a cupcake? Thank you. Where are you going? It's my spaghetti.
My burger.
Yay!
Jerry's rich. He can fly over all the time.
Thursday morning, I had my next easy 10K run. Wow, bright sky. 10K is nearly done.
I feel by them so badly. So I'm just gonna have to skip down like the footpath to my house because I cannot do a cool down for 5 minutes. I'm gonna have an accident.
Perfect dog. Here is my breakfast, my matcha, my dog. Hey, hey, hey. No. And these are the cupcakes and muffins I'm bringing into work today. I hope people like them. The muffins are like not very sweet at all, which, hey. Hopefully some people like, because the vanilla ones, the frosting is quite sweet. And blueberries in there and plain ones there. And they're really not sweet. At the gym later that day, I had my upper body day, so starting with a bench press. I did a warm-up with just the bar, which I think is 15 kilos. Then I added 5 kilos, so on 20 kilos I did 3 sets of 7. Next, I did dumbbell rows using 14 kilos, 3 sets of 8. And I was thinking maybe I'd be ready to move up to 16 kilos soon, but not this week yet. Then I did shoulder press with 8 kilo dumbbells, 4 sets of 10. And I find these a bit easier to do sitting down, but there were no seats available, unfortunately. And then lastly, I did, I think these are called dumbbell reverse flies, using 4 kilos, 2 sets of 12. And I'm not sure if my form is great, so I'm still working on that. This is my dinner tonight. It is really not nutritious. But my sister ordered pizza, so I got this pass from the place she ordered. And that is not enough to sustain me. So again, I just made a bunch of oven chips. And I don't know, I just need the energy, and it's hard to just constantly be cooking delicious meals filled with like veggie and proteins and everything and get enough food in me to run 80 k's a week. So this is just, you know, emergency chips.
Do you want a banana?
Nah. Good morning, it's Friday, so I have interval training. Today I'm doing intervals of 1.2 kilometers, which is so long. My intervals of 1K. Last week at 4:30 a kilometer were kind of rough. 4 intervals of 1.2 kilometers at 4:30, 400 meters recovery, and then 3K warm up, 2K cool down. Let's do it.
My interval's done. I can see my mum walking my dog, so I'm going to go surprise them. Hello.
Breakfast today. I've already had my smoothie, and I'm so hungry. I've put 5 slices here. Oh, 6, but 2 of them are quite small. But I'm so starving, and I think I need to get into the habit of more regularly always having a banana before and after my runs, because I always have one before, and after my runs I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat breakfast soon anyway. But then it ends up often being a bit of time, because after my run I'll just kind of mess around for a little bit, and then I gotta shower and I gotta make all this meal. So in that time, that could be like an extra 20 minutes, half an hour. So yes, I need to be more on top of having banana always after, because I'm hungry all the time. Veggie burger and chips for lunch. Yummy! I'm having one of the cupcakes I brought to work yesterday, but I've just taken the icing off because I don't like icing. And I microwaved it so it's nice and warm. Hello, you're such a good girl. For dinner, I'm having this fried rice and also this salt and pepper fried tofu. I should cook, but I'm going out for lunch tomorrow. So I didn't want to cook today, but I'll meal prep Sunday for my work week ahead. Yum!
Bowl number 2.
Millie, stop crying. Good morning, it is Saturday, so I'm about to walk my dog and then go for a 13k run. I've also just been this morning, I just printed off a new second half to my training plan, because I made my current one before I knew what my timetable would be like for uni. So I basically just now have to swap my Wednesday tempo run to Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be my off day. My marathon is in the 9th week of uni, which is good, and weeks 10, 11, 12, 13, and also my exam period, I won't be marathon training, thank God. Now, time to walk my dog. Millie.
Hello. I really like these new shorts, but when the wind comes, literally my ass is on disc. They feel really flowy otherwise. I'm at the beach, so it's like not any different from seeing like someone in swimmers, but still, why?
Matcha smoothie time. This time I've got this one just because it was on sale. Ingredients are just ice, soy milk, this, 1 spoonful each of this, and matcha. Breakfast. More pasta. Yay, I love pasta. My mum made this one, so it will definitely be better than mine. This is my 4th bowl. Good morning. It is Sunday. I have my last run of the week today. I have a 16k run planned, and this isn't like officially my long run because I did one last weekend and I have one this coming week, and on this plan you only have a long run every second week. A lot of training plans put a long run every weekend, so even though it's not an official long run, I'm just going to try putting into practice what I learned yesterday about long run pacing. I'm going to do 50% 8Ks in that 5:45 to 5:55 range, and then the way I've structured it around that is basically like a 3k warm-up, so 3Ks in my easy recovery range of 6:30 a kilometre or more, 2 kilometres in my easy aerobic B range, which according to Hanson's marathon method book is about 6 minutes to 6:10 a kilometre. So that'll be 5Ks, and then I'm going to do 8S at my long run pace range, so 5:45 to 5:55 a kilometre, and that will bring me to 13Ks, and then I'll just do a 3K cool down essentially. Let's do it. Gonna be a pretty sunrise. 13K's done.
3K warm up, 2K at like a moderate aerobic B pace, and then 8Ks in my long run range, which is, I can't breathe, 5:45. Now I tell for 3K, cool down to recovery.
Week 6 training done. I just finished my 16K run. My aim for the week was 76.4 and I think I got to 76.7, so pretty on track. I am gonna go to the gym now. I don't normally go to the gym on Sunday, but tomorrow I'm missing my back and core day to have lunch with my sister instead, which will be nice, but I don't want to miss fully miss my core day. And then I'm gonna hang out with my family later tonight. I'll try to film at the gym, but I don't know if it actually might be busy this time of day. The gym is actually empty, yay! So I'm just gonna film what I can, and I might have to just cut it quickly if someone comes in. I'm gonna start with single leg RDLs, and I'm going to drop my weight a little bit because I have been having some back pain again. I don't think it's related to my RDLs or the weight that I've been doing. It's because I have nerve damage in this left leg, and so when I walk, it's hard to kind of show in a short walk, but I tend to kind of like flop down on that side quite a bit, and because of that, my hips are constantly moving like that, essentially. So I get pain here, which is frustrating, and there's just not really a whole lot I can do about that besides just keep up with my strengthening work so that this leg doesn't get weaker and that limb doesn't get more exaggerated. I'm in like constant communication with my GP and with the pain clinic and with my neurologist, and my physio. So I'm caring for it as best as I possibly can. I'm actually dropping it to 7 kilos. I've done my 3 sets of single leg RDLs. I'm just gonna go into my core routine now, which I'm not gonna film because it's the exact same thing that I did on Monday. My breakfast is a bit late in the morning, but I've had 2 bananas as well and a protein smoothie just to tide me over. Sushi. Go away, please. And I'm gonna have some fried tofu. Stop. I'm having a vegan Magnum. What are you doing? I fed her ice cream once and now she's a nightmare. We are having roast dinner. So I'm just boiling some potatoes to then roast them with garlic chili and rosemary. And roasting some pumpkin, boiling zucchini and baby broccoli, and steaming some corn. And then my family's having lamb. Not me. I just spent the rest of the evening hanging out with my family, walking our dogs, and then having a delicious dinner. And that brings me to the end of week 6. Thank you so much for watching.